Thought I'd attempt War Factory today, record it and hit it at the same time rather than hitting it and then recording it afterwards. Something a bit different, see if it makes any difference. So as you can see, we've got War Factory here. We got two lots of shield gens, so we've got two options basically. Option one is clear the shield gens and then hit the core, or clear the core for a free snipe. Now my first thoughts were to go over here to the right hand side and clear out through there. That doesn't look too bad, but we have got this doom cannon down here, shock launcher over here, shock launcher over here, just to make things a bit sporting. Other idea I had was to come over to this side and clear all the fences here and then come in through the left side here. Only problem with that is we've got this doom cannon down here, which is going to make it a bit tricky, and we've got this RL up here, which could make it tricky. So could place the Zook sort of over by here somewhere, clear out the shock blaster, doom cannon, laser, etc. But this doom cannon over here is going to make it a bit tricky. So I'm sort of leaning towards clearing over on this side here for a bit, make life a little bit easier, and see where we're at after that. This doom cannon here hasn't got too much health on it, so I reckon 3 barrages and a few barks, I reckon we can get rid of that, and then hopefully we've got enough GPE to go for this shock launcher over here, and then we'll get the grains cracking and then see what we can do with that SL there at the back. Yeah, to the place, see what happens, I reckon. So first up, part that one there out. Careful we don't use too much GBE, this is a crab account after all. At this SL here we should be able to get one smoke down, get spark up as close as we can to the beach there. Luckily we got delay there on the SL, otherwise she would have been toast. Flare the SL. Ooh, really shy on GBE now. If we flare up there and another hack, that's 18 GBE. I think we will just flare back to the beach. I would like to go on for that rear SL, but I think, yeah, I don't think we really had GBE for it. So I'll just dump some grains on the beach, let this lot get clearing. Also we got the critters now from Spark, which will hopefully help things a little bit. Threshold 3 already, look at us go, eh? Don't mind letting the grains go a little bit to the left, because hopefully it'll clear a few mines, which will make life easier later on. Clear a mine or two down here. Flare these guys back over here so that laser doesn't cook them. Get rid of that shield gen, just to make life a little bit easier later on. I reckon we might try something a bit silly here. Go across here. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Could just be for shits and giggles. Maybe we can get a bit of stuff cleared over here as well. I missed that laser. That was a bit slack, wasn't it? Oh well, we'll shock it this time hopefully. Yeah, shocked it this time. There we go, that worked out quite well actually. Still got a fair bit of GBE stashed away as well here. Bit of a tricky shock there. Did we get the shock blaster? Yeah, we did get the shock blaster. Happy days. Flare back over here because that cannon's slowly picking the grands off. With any luck, we can clear out a whole heap here. Yep. You need to remember this count does have 6 TD on it, so it will clear really well compared to just a regular account. We'll get those back over here. We'll get some critters down. Hopefully we can just clear a little bit more here. Probably could start losing a heap of troops now. Well, there we go. One hit. Got a whole heap. Quite surprised at that. Now what? Reload the troops, have a look and see what we got. Now I'm tempted to go all Zooks for our next hit. This mortar here could be a little bit trouble. We can bark that out fairly easily. Those MGs are still be in range. So maybe if we come over here, the Zooks first of all, clear this lot out of the way. RL's out of range, so I'm going to worry about that. Yeah, that should work fairly well. Once we've got rid of these defences down here, we can come across here. Zooks will outrange the flames just about. Boom cannon fires really slow, so that won't do a whole lot of damage. The SL's all the way over there, and these sniper towers aren't too bad. I'm going to load some Zooks up and have a crash at this, eh? Might try Spark on this. Slowly been working on upgrading Canavan there, or Cavan, or whatever his bloody name is. Comes in handy when I'm doing my crab run. Let's see if we can get this out of the way in two, eh? Yeah, that mortar's there, so if we come up to that, the factory supply is there, but it could be a start by smokes. 2 shots and away we go. Go for a flare landing, keep everything nice and neat. And I completely stuffed it on the second LC. Oh well. God, I'm on fire this morning, eh? All over the joint. Drop those in there. Shock there and there. And let those Zooks work their magic. Reshock the MGs before they eat us alive. Reflare here just in case we go into those mines. I'm going to try and flare back a little. Ooh, laser, that was nasty. Flare back a little bit here. Hopefully that keeps us out of range of those flames. Nope. Uh-oh. That's a bit average, eh? We'll hack now because we're out of GBE. Flare back out here out of the way so those sniper towers don't keep on killing people. Been to court once before for war crimes for killing too many Zooks. Don't really want to go there again. Shield gens down and core popped. Happy days. There we go, war factory in 2. Now, just going to go back and have a look at this here. Yeah. Now we'll just go back to my previous hits. War factory, view battle. Just going to pause that there for a minute. Now I used Grens over here to clear. Obviously, this being a crab account, the amount of damage I do is really good. So people using, say, 6.4 or a 5.5 account might not have as much damage and maybe won't get as far. So that makes life a little bit trickier. So clearing all this right hand side here of cannons and the SL and that blaster there should be pretty easy. But clearing this lot here as well without the 60 TD would probably be a little bit trickier. So I would probably clear as much as you can with the Grens in the first hit, and then come in with the Zooks somewhere round about here. Now this group here of the laser, the shock blaster and doom cannon will fit in one shock blaster and this flame will fit in another, and these mortars over here will fit another. So that's a neat little 3 shocks there. Place your Zooks somewhere to the side of these, left hand side of those, and let them clear. Then you can probably slowly start working your way in there. So maybe target mark the flame and flare the shock blaster first, clear those out of the way, that gets rid of 1 shock. Then you've got to shock the laser and the shock blaster here and these mortars here. Something like that, and just clear and work your way in. Or you could be a fancy pants, maybe even take some Zooks up the back here. You could probably fit that shock blaster, the laser and the mortars in 1 shock. These mortars down here another one. The RL you don't need to worry about, your Zooks sit in the blind spot. And from there you could clear through the shield gens and then rush from somewhere else. I think that'll work. Anyway, concrete truck's just turned up. I'm sat on the side of the road. He's going to make lots of noise, so I'm going to say goodbye. Hope that helped you, War Factory. And until next week, farewell.